Hey fellow travelers, Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're here in Bristol, England, and today we're going to talk about the don'ts of the airport check-in. Now I realize being here at the airport is very exciting. However, I think it might be more fun if we go film this actually outside, so we're going to film this where we're flying to Ireland. So we've made it from Bristol all the way here to Galway, Ireland, and Galway doesn't have an airport, so I feel it's safe to kind of go through some of the don'ts of the airport check-in process when there's no airport around, so I'm not targeting any specific airport when I'm out there. And I think one of the key things, no matter where you are, where you're checking in, don't wait to check in. Don't cut it so close. What you have to realize is airlines around the world have different check-in times. Some places they open up 3 hours before. Some places only open 2 hours before. And it's kind of like, that's when we start. And so you need to know their timing, but not just when they open, but when they close. Because some check-ins close 45 minutes before the flight leaves. Now, if you've already gone online and you have your check-in, your boarding pass already here, and you don't need the check-in desk, it doesn't matter. But the thing is, if you have to check a bag and it's a 45 minutes before they close it, you show up 30 minutes before. You show up 44 minutes before. They're like, sorry, we're done. There's the rule. They'll probably have a sign that even says, look, we close this gate 45 minutes before. So make sure you're getting checked in beforehand, because otherwise you might be out of luck. And the thing is, that kind of leads into the next time when I see people get really upset. Don't yell at the people at the check-in desk. They're just doing their job. They're following the regulations that the airport and the airlines have set forth to them. They do not get to change it. They are not the CEO, okay? They are not the FAA. They have to go through their process, and yelling at them won't change anything. It's not their fault that traffic was bad. It's not their fault you slept in. It's not their fault that the taxi didn't show up. It sucks, I realize that, but don't yell at them, because you yell at them, what you have to realize is now airlines are fighting back. You fight with our staff, you treat our staff like garbage, you're out. And they'll ban you from an airline. So is it worth it to get banned from an airline for life just because you woke up late? So don't yell at the check-in people, okay? No matter how frustrated you get with them and with the situation, don't do it. Now, another thing I think is very important, before you get in the check-in line, don't forget to check if you're in the right check-in line. Now, what do you mean by that? Well, what you have to realize is some airlines will have just a bag drop line. Some will have a check-in line. Some will have a priority line. Some will have a fast pass line. Some will have a first class line. And you might get into one and realize only after 25 minutes, oh, this is the bag drop one and I needed to check in. I need to be in that line over there. Or what I've seen people do is they just see a long line by where it says Aer Lingus and they get in the line there and it turns out, oh, that's the Turkish Airlines one. Oops. You want to make sure you're in the right one. So don't be afraid to ask when you get in line, hey, is this the Aer Lingus line? Oh no, this is the Turkish Airlines one. Oh, thanks man, I appreciate that. Because that has happened before, to me, okay? So I'm just putting that one out there. From me, your friend Mark, to you, make sure you don't pick the wrong line. Another don't I have for you is don't think you only have to check in at the check-in desk. A lot of times there's actually kiosks outside where you can just check in that way. And the thing is if you have bag tags, some of those will actually give you your bag tag already and you can put it on yourself. It's very simple to do. Don't forget, do the tag on the bag and then put the sticker on the side as well for extra protection, and rip off your own baggage claim ticket so you have that. But those kiosks can be very helpful, so you can get that and you don't have to wait in the line. Some places, like if you fly into Finland, you will check in at the kiosk, it will give you your luggage tag, you'll do that, and you'll actually walk in and weigh your own bag and send it through. You don't even talk to anybody. So those kiosks can be very helpful. And speaking of other helpful things, one of my favorite parts about flying in the US is a lot of times the bigger airports have curbside check-in. So don't skip out on curbside check-in. Some people get all freaked out. Curbside check, it's on the curb. Someone's gonna drive by and take my luggage from that Delta agent and I'm gonna lose my stuff. No, man, the Delta agent there is gonna put it on the thing and take it in there right away. It's like done. The curbside check-in eliminates so many of those really long lines at the check-in desk that it's fantastic. I'll go to Atlanta, I'll go other places, I'm like, oh, outdoor check, oh, hell yeah. Boom, here you go, have a good one. I'm like, literally no line, I'm in, I'm going straight to security without that long line. Now, another thing I think is really important is don't act shocked when your luggage is overweight. Look, every airline has their limits. So here in Europe, it's about 20 kilograms, so about 45 pounds. In the US, 40 or 50 pounds. Make sure you know your luggage restrictions, because if it's overweight, don't be surprised if they charge you or they tell you to take stuff out. That's why it's really important for you to know that. And believe me, you know if you're overweight. If you pack the If you pack the kitchen sink, Mom, you've got too much stuff, right? So don't be overweight, because you don't want to be that person having to open things out, take things out, all kinds of things. I remember we were in Paris once and these people were overweight. They opened up their bag, no joke, they had frozen pizzas in their bags. Shocking they were overweight. And going back to what I said earlier, don't yell at them when they try to charge you extra, because you're the one that knew you packed too much. Now, another thing I gotta tell you is, don't forget, the check-in process can be all done through the app. So I'm gonna tell you this, don't not download the app for the airline you're gonna be flying with. Even if you're gonna fly one time, like we flew Aer Lingus, and yes, I did use the check-in desk when I was there, but I had the option to check in here and get everything set up through there. And if you're just doing carry-on, this is the easy way to do it. Just have the app and have it on there. And my Aer Lingus one, literally, I have one flight with Aer Lingus this entire summer of traveling, but I have that app just for that one flight because it makes life so much easier to have it on there for the check-in process, checking the luggage, making sure where it is, all kinds of stuff. And literally every airline, well, not every airline, but pretty much every airline that you're gonna fly with has those apps, and they usually make your life a lot easier if you do that. Works as your boarding pass, your check-in process, all those kind of things. Because you know what? It's not easy finding a printer to print off your boarding passes from a PDF. So have the app. Now, a kind of silly but important thing to mention when you're at the check-in desk, don't forget to take your tickets and your passport. I can't tell you how many times I've walked up to the desk, the person before me had left their wallet or their passport or their tickets on the shelf here, or you know, sometimes there's that lower shelf so the agent can't see it, it's right there, and you're like, hey ma'am, you forgot your purse. Ma'am, you forgot your tickets. Ma'am, you forgot your passports. You will see people coming running back around to check it. Did I leave my stuff here? And the people working the desk like, here you go. Thank you, thank you. So please don't forget to thank the check-in people too, because they do make your life easier, all right? But honestly, what are some of the don'ts you have for check-in? Let us know in the comments below, because honestly, the check-in process doesn't have to be a stressful event. You get there on time, you get things done before and when you can. It can make life a lot easier when you go through. And honestly, don't forget, if you have any questions, ask the people at check-in. They can help you with your connections. They can tell you where you're gonna be, where you need to go to security, all those kind of things, all right? So I wish you all the best. I hope you happy travels wherever you go in the world. And I'll say bye from here in Galway, Ireland. Well, I hope those do's and don'ts help you out getting through the check-in line. What are some of the don'ts you have about check-in at the airport? Let us know in the comments below to help out other travelers have a better time traveling. And I'll say bye from here in Bristol, England, and Ireland as well.